Hey guys, it's High Moon. We're gonna talk about BJ Alex and Rent Boy because I guess I was trying to do the website a nice favor by trying to put their name out there, because when you read a lot of their content on this one site, no matter what book you read, once in a while you'll say, oh, we're looking for translators from Japanese to English. We're looking for this. We're looking for that. Please support us. I did. I tried. I put it out there, and next thing I knew, the video about BJ Alex and Rent Boy had been taken down because of freaking copyrights, which they really need to stop doing that. One of my friends said, oh, well, put in the content or below in the description that you don't own any of this. I said, I'll give that a try, but I don't think it's going to work because we all know how broken YouTube is. So anyway, let's start out. I'm not going to do any photos or anything like that. Just because I'm worried about the copyrights again. So, I'm trying to think of which one I want to talk about first. I think what we'll do, we'll talk about BJ Alex first, and we'll go from there. So, let's talk about BJ Alex. So basically about BJ Alex, and yes, I will leave a description in below where you guys can go read the books, also saying that I do not, quote, own any of this, because I don't. In BJ Alex, we have a live streamer that does adult content in his videos, and he gets paid for it. He leads a double life where he does this, and he goes to school and he does all this, you know, the typical everyday life. Well, long story short, one of his many fans accidentally ran into him. Didn't know who he was at the time. Something happened to where his shirt got dirty and it had to be cleaned, and as he took off his shirt, the fan recognized him from a birthmark and said, oh my god, you're BJ Alex. And Alex just got furious with this kid and really was starting to scare this kid, because the kid didn't know if this guy was going to, you know, beat him up or kill him over this. And as some of you may have known, I did do an update video with me and Avenged 900 talking about the book. Well, the book has since then has gotten several updates, and you get so much more information about why Alex acts the way he does, and that he does eventually come around, but not without a lot of really deep things that had gone on in his family, as far as his life with his parents and his life with his, you know, his older brother. And of course, his number one fan has done things that really made you question of, you know, are you really sure you want to do this? You know, should you be doing this? You know, they strike this deal where the kid would help Alex get ready for a live stream. He has to do like this verbal contract, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know you're going to get yourself hurt in the end with this. And so much more, you know, because Alex really tries to hide who he is, because he doesn't want to open up to anybody anymore because of his lifestyle, or because of how he experienced dating, relationships, and family. He really kind of shut himself up on that note. So, with that being said, as it goes on, as I said, I don't want to do any spoilers if no one's read this book. It really is a good book. The animation is really beautiful. Even though it's not in color, they do add a little color here and there. Like, they might add some blushing, or they might add some rage. You know, they just do little subtle things. And it's interesting, and the expression of the characters are really good. Like, you can really see when Alex is doing any kind of expression, you can see exactly what's going through his head, whether he's in shock or whether he's furious, or even when he's just like mentally lost in his own thoughts. You can really see and read all that on him. His character is just this, it's kind of a basic character, but he does like to go work out. He goes to school, he does all the average things that a kid at his age would do, which is interesting. They really don't mention their ages, but they're definitely in like college, I think, because they do talk about, oh, we're going on, it's the holiday vacation or whatnot. So they do talk about that. We're going to switch gears real quick, and we're going to talk about Rent Boy. I will say I'm kind of glad that I'm redoing this because I did mispronunciate the title. It's not Rent a Boy, it's just called Rent Boy. Me, scatterbrain, don't know how to read properly. This one's a very interesting one. It kind of takes back in those colonial times. I would say it's almost probably around the same time as Black Butler. Maybe not entirely, because they do still have like carriages and horses in this manga. It is very interesting. It is in color. The colors are real soft, real nice. The animation to it is really nice. You can definitely depict each character from each character, but it does play on that very interesting formula of nobility. Basically, it starts off that the youngest child of this really rich family, almost like the Phantom High family, this one kid, he's the youngest. There were a lot of whispers of him being illegitimate, where he's quote-unquote a love child, meaning that he does not have the same mother as his brother, or it gets complicated, but basically meaning that he's picked on, he's ridiculed because he's not a pure-blooded to this bloodline or whatnot. And his father, is a very rich man. But anyway, he becomes of age, where every young man at that time is going to want to know about life, how it's done. So basically, his father takes him to this high classic brothel. It's built like a big mansion. The inside of it is absolutely gorgeous. There's chandeliers, there's flowers. It's a really nice facility. Lovely couches and just everything. So the animation department, when they were drawing this, they really did a great job because it really does feel like you're there. But anyway, the kid basically goes in there and talks to what they would refer to as like a headmistress, the one that runs the place. Usually it's a male, but in this case it was a female and she was running the facility. And she's talking to the guy, and the guy, without even really thinking, he said, I don't really care. Just give me the best of the best that you have there, that you have here. I want the top one that you've got. That was a guy. Yeah. He didn't specify. Well, long story short, he winds up falling in love with this kid. I don't blame him. The kid's very beautiful. He's very soft-spoken. He's very sweet. But he gets a little cocky at times. And for a nobleman to fall in love with somebody in that lifestyle or in that trade is very frowned upon. So, he's kind of having this battle within him if he wants to really go through with this, or if he doesn't want to go through with this, but he's like, I'm falling in love with this guy. And, when I was reading him, I'm like, are you in love with him, or do you just love the fact of being with him? Because there is a big difference. There's only 30 chapters to this book, so it's very easy for anyone to just, you're bored on a day to just read it and get your own insight. You do get an insight of the father's past with the woman that is the mother of this supposed love child. You do get to see their struggle and why things were the way they were. But it's very interesting because he kind of reminded me of a very young Sebastian Marcellus. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the black hair or just his mannerism at times, because he does try to play off this noble person, but at times, you know, he gets hot-headed, he gets irritated with people, and he gets very upset when people blow him off. And I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you for doing this. But Red Boy is a really good book to read. As I've said, I wanted to redo this. And another thing I'm going to add, guys, because this is going to be a little bit of a long video because I've got two things I'm going to discuss. One that I'm going to discuss, I am going to make another Alexander the Great video because I was reviewing my last video that I did on him where I was doing a bit of, you know, combination of both the movie and the history. I made a lot of mistakes. And I got to redo it. But remember, back then, when I was watching, I was doing a little research. I hadn't have gotten as much research as what I do now and what I know now. So we're going to redo that video. I'm going to keep both of them up, but I will give the new one a better title, like, you know, a new update and things like that. The other thing that I'm going to do for a friend of mine, I need to redo, or I need to add another part to breeding mice or rats for your snake or any kind of reptile, because there was some other things that I left out of that video that are actually very important. So I'm going to make a new one on that. And another thing, guys, oh, you guys are going to love this. So you guys know about my boa Bagode, my red-tailed Colombian boa. He is actually getting very big, guys. He's almost outgrown his 30-gallon tank. He's almost as long as the tank is. So where you see this couch over here that I'm pointing, that's where his big boy tank is going to go. It is about 48 long, and it's about 24 by 24. So that's like 24 wide and 24 tall. It's going to be right in here beside me. So what I might do on certain videos, I might shift the camera so you guys can actually see him do what he does. He is getting big. I don't know how much bigger he's going to get. I'm hoping he's going to get a little bigger so he can be around me while I'm talking. I would have him around me right now, but he just ate, and I don't want to stress him out while, you know, while that's digesting. So anyway, I've seen the I can't talk. I see the runtime right now, so I'm going to let you guys go. I've got some other role-playing that I've got to do on IMVU. Always busy doing that, as you guys know. So, this is Chihaya Moon, and as always, I will see you in the next anime. Bye-bye!